for their contribution to the West Coast culture. People know Alonzo for being this amazing club owner and club promoter, but he was really the first person to bring Curtis Blow to the West Coast. Sure was. Right?
Go to work, go to work.
Tonight, that he was the first person to bring Run DMC to the West Coast.
Wow, go to work, go to work. Yay.
But, you know, the story to me is that he also found amazing talent, right? In clientele, DJ Yella, Dr. Dre, and the story, and Ice Cube, and the story goes on and on and on. NWA became NWA because they got the opportunity first to do what they do with Alonzo, right? And
Go to work!
right? They may not, well, I'm sure they recognize that, right? So, you know, for us, Clientele has been one of our cultural ambassadors for so long. He's done educational workshops for us. He's been our voice on the ground, working with Michelle and Silky D. And he really is the backbone of the Universal Hip Hop Museum here on the West Coast. The West Coast folks like to say, hey, we don't need the East Coast Museum, but the Universal Hip Hop Museum represents everybody. Right? The dancers, like Big Les wants to keep reminding me.
Yeah.
The female DJs, the female MCs, like you said. The photographers in the Koi, because if she didn't take the pictures, the photos would not be preserved like they are today, right?
There's promoters all day.
So, you know, our job as a museum is to make sure that we tell everyone's story, right? And that we accurately tell it. So today, DJ Clientele is going to spearhead the reformation of our West Coast Committee, because it's been pretty dormant, to really get it going now that the museum is going to be up and running in 3 years. We want to make sure that everyone's story is told when the museum is open. Right?
Amen.
We don't want it just to be a New York City thing. It's not going to be that. That's why we call the museum the Universal Hip Hop Museum, because it's the entire world. And so today we want to recognize the world-class wrecking crew for their amazing contribution.
Yeah. Y'all get closer. Wow. Nice. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work. Yay. God do. You gotta love it. Amen. Go to work.
Let me get mine in first, because this guy can talk. So, as a kid growing up, right, inner city youth, Compton, LA, we had but a few places to go to where we could stay out of trouble. And one of those places was a club that this guy created called Eve After Dark. Me and my homies would go up there all the time. We would see Curtis Blow perform, we would see Run DMC, you name it. And that inspired us to want to be DJs, MCs, break dancers, all of that, because the records we were hearing on the radio, we were actually seeing the real people in real form right there in front of us performing, and that inspired us. So first and foremost, I want to give thanks and honor to this man right here, Curtis Blow.
Amen. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work.
And then secondly, but certainly not least, I want to give thanks to this man right here, Grandmaster Alonzo, for believing in me as a kid growing up and trusting me enough to put me on a record and say, man, go on out there and do your thing.
Oh.
He would open up his doors, his garage, his equipment and everything, and just let me and Dre and Yella and Cube and everybody just tinker around until we figured it out. So shout out to Dre, shout out to Cube, Shout out to Yella. Shout out to all my guys. Those are my brothers. We love them.
Go
And,
Word.
you know, I want to thank Universal Hip Hop Museum for doing what you guys do, because you truly believe that hip hop is for everybody.
Yes,
It's
it is.
universal. And yes, East Coast, West Coast, down South, Midwest, all of that is Universal Hip Hop Museum. So thank you.
Amen. Go to work, go to work, go to work.
Y'all get comfortable. Give me a minute. But seriously, folks, thank you, everybody, for the Universal Hip Hop Museum for this award. When I started doing this, it was all about making some money and having some fun. At a teen club, I've been doing teen parties forever, and I got an opportunity at 22 years old, open my own nightclub. I didn't realize I would be making history. I had no idea history was going to be being made on June 22nd, 1979. My dad, I got to give him a lot of shout outs. He was there for, he believed in me and I didn't believe in myself. The old man Jeffrey, who just passed this year, who gave me a shot, kicked me in the ass when I was getting crazy. Because I did the same thing everybody else did. I was crazy. I had a pocket full of money. I had a nightclub at 22. You couldn't tell me shit. Those guys kicked me in the ass, kept me in line. I think what probably gave me a different viewpoint on things is I'm older than most of these guys in the group. So I come from the 50s and 60s. I was raised on Temptations and Dramatic. So when we put our group together, those were my influences along with hip hop. So I'm that missing link between old school and new school. And these guys had the talent, I had the resources, and together we made history. Like he said, much love to Dre, much love to Yella, Shakespeare, and a lot of love to Q, because Q was one of the few guys that even today, besides Pine Tail, that always my name drops out of his mouth on a regular basis. Much love to him, much love to everybody in the West Coast for recognizing me as being the Godfather. Thank y'all very much, I appreciate it.
Go to work.